Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for August 2023 for your North Node by sign and house. Now, if you're new to my channel, the reason I use the North Node in tarot readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what we're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. So it's much more accurate and relevant in readings as opposed to your sun, moon, or ascendant sign. Now, you're going to want to watch two readings. You're going to want to watch one for your north node by sign and one for your north node by house. Now, one quick note on this month. A lot of us have been going through some really intense things over the summer. The astrology has really been off the charts. And we have two full moons this month, one on the 1st, August 1st, and one on the 30th. And then right around the corner in October, it's eclipse season. So these are very transformational times. And I just want to say that no matter what's going on around us in our life, whatever is happening, remember that when we follow our soul path, when we follow our north node, the universe assists us and helps us in having the best life possible and staying on our most optimal timeline. So with that, I am going to connect to the energies and we can begin the readings. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for August 2023 for everybody with their North Node in Pisces and or the 12th house. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and then this side represents the second half of the month from the 16th on. Now, your overall theme card is the Knight of Wands reversed. And when I saw this card, I'm getting two distinct things. Number one, I'm getting that there could be some of you out there that, wands represent fire, energy, passion. And I feel like there could be some people that are feeling like a lack of inspiration or like fiery energy of like just basic energy in their life, so there could be like a lack of energy. Or the other thing too is there could be like an antsy feeling of like I want to get going, I want to like that's what the wands represent fire, and the knights are cards of movement, okay, moving forward. And so the Knight reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, it's like, think of like a racehorse that wants to be let out of the gate, and it's like, before the gate opens. So it's like that kind of an energy of like just being really, really antsy. So the timeline cards for the first half of August are, you've got the Ace of Swords and you've got the Ace of Cups in going into the reversed Magician. And what I'm seeing here is that the two ace cards are interesting because you have you have cups, which is connecting to your intuition, heart energy, emotions, and you have the swords, which is the intellect and which is thought processes. And what I'm seeing here is that it's like what you want to work on the first half of August is making sure that you're thought processes and your emotional processes are helping you and not hindering you. Now, what does the magician reversed mean? Okay. This is the magician card is a card of, mastery. But when it's reversed, it's like it's a the magician reversed is could be a misuse of power, of personal power. So it's like you see this all the time where people might have, skills with something, but they misuse those skills in some way. Um, like the thing that popped in my head is I have to say, like, if you're watching like a movie or whatever, you see someone that's like a safe cracker, or someone that has other skills that are for like, stealing or whatever. um, it's still a skill. I mean, and you hear people like, if they only, you probably heard this saying, if they only use those skills for good, because they are like, so like that's kind of what I'm seeing is not that you're doing that, but what it is it's a misuse of power. How can, like, another example, more common, a misuse of power? Someone might have like a lot of skills of like, you know, focus and creativity, okay? But with that South Node in the sixth house or Virgo, it could be like a misuse of focus, over focus, or whatever. So, what do you want to do is, because I'm feeling like this this lack of energy, or too much energy, like it's like you're raring to go and it's like not going anywhere, like you're very antsy, is about your kind of personal power. So you want to focus in on your tasks at hand, focus in on what your output is going out in your thinking, what you're taking in your thinking, what your output is going with your emotions, what you're taking in emotionally, and that's because you have that power. Anyone that has their North Node in Pisces, and or the 12th house, has the ability for amazing emotional power and focus. Okay, they have that ability, and it is a power. Okay, do not mistake that's a power, but the power has to be used correctly. That's what you want to do. Now, your two advice cards are, you have the Nine of Swords upright, and you've got the Three of Cups. And again, we have the interplay between swords, like the Ace of Swords. Okay, you have the Nine of Swords, and you've got the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So this is balancing this energy, because I can see that some of you, along with what's going on energetically, there could be a lot of worry and anxiety for some of you, and you have the person here, like sleeping or not sleeping well, like there's worry and anxiety. There's a lot of energy of that going on right now. Okay. That's what the, Nine of Swords is. Okay. But this is going to pass. Okay. It could be that, this is where you're going to have to, use your power of focus and really like not let your mind wander to a lot of worry. This is about focusing in that, again, the Ace of Swords, focusing in the mental energy. Now, the Three of Cups reversed, again, this is the emotional energy, but what it is that this is like mixed emotions. And it's like, again, it's like a what I'm getting is like a confusion of emotions, like it's going like back and forth. And what you really want to do is, again, focus in those emotions into what it is you want or need to do. um and for each of you it's going to be different. For some of you it's like, okay, whatever you're doing in your life, you want to make sure that you are properly not only using your powers, but again, like, using them in a direction that's going to be helpful to you, type of a thing. So essentially, I know this might be kind of confusing, but let me kind of sum it up. When you're feeling anxious and you're feeling like you want to go, and maybe you're feeling stuck, or you're going around in circles, or your energy's down, any of these things I talked about, again, you have to use your willpower to refocus that energy of the emotions in the heart and the mind. And this is a skill that you're learning because Pisces rules meditation, and the 12th house rules meditation. It is the spiritual leader, the person on the spiritual path. It's magic. It's everything in everything that is outside of metaphysics. Everything that's outside of the mundane physical world is what Pisces rules. Okay, and so it's super important to make sure that essentially all you have to worry about is don't let your emotions and your mind go into bad directions. Rein it in, just like if you were studying to be a monk. Okay, they have to learn how to meditate and focus. Yes, meditation is very good for people that have North Node in Pisces or the 12th house. Absolutely, okay. But anyone that has studied any sort of like religious philosophy, like Buddhism or Tibetan Buddhism or whatever, Zen Buddhism, they're training themselves. They're training their emotions and they're training their mind. That's what this is, okay. And it can be uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable thing. I get it. Okay. But you just have to, one more quick example. Let's say, you get up and you're not sleeping well and you have anxiety. Okay. Only you can stop that. So you have to take some deep breaths. You say, okay, drink some water, take some deep breaths and say, okay, wait, let me look at this positively. Let me put this in perspective. Is it really that bad? Am I being anxious? Why am I worrying about something that hasn't happened, or I'm worrying about things I need to do, or whatever it is? You have to find a way to, stop that, stop that direction of the mind. Same thing with emotions. You know what I mean? And again, that is the skill, because what you're looking at doing is becoming the magician. The magician is the master of his mind or her mind or their mind, master of their emotions, master of all the elements. Okay, so that's what you're learning to do. So very, very, very powerful stuff. Okay, that's all you need to do for this first half is just focus in on that. It can pay off huge dividends for you. Okay, now second half of the month, what's going on? You've got the Justice card reversed. You've got the Nine of Cups reversed, and you've got the Queen of Swords reversed. Now, what I'm seeing specifically here is I feel like there is either a person, an actual person, or this again is your inner thought process with this Queen of Swords reversed that could be causing some problems. Okay, and there are some solutions. So the problems are, maybe it's like with this wish card here, the Nine of Cups, as we call it, the wish card. Okay, emotionally, you feel like you could not be making headway, but you will. Here's going to be the game changer for you. Is what's going to happen is there's going to be something that's the second half of August that's going to get you to tap into something that you felt and thought as a child. And for each of you, it's going to be slightly different, but it's almost like bringing back something like a childlike quality, like how when we were kids, we thought like, the whole world's in front of us, and the world's our oyster, and we, were optimistic. I mean, most of us were, to have those kind of qualities. But it's like something is going to come back to you, and what's going to trigger it is it's like almost like because the moon reversed is like something that was hidden is coming to light. Like there's going to be this thing that's going to happen the second half of the month. And I feel like it's either tied into a person that could be a difficult situation for you, or it could be in your own mind. Yeah, so what's going to happen is it's going to be like there's going to be a switch that's turned on. And it's going to happen very quickly. It's almost like, and it's based on, it's like this person or your mind. It's like almost like you're tired of being things being the way that they were, and it's you're going to see that like what was hidden is going to come to light. And I see this uh like childlike enthusiasm, or this wonderful like positive optimism, like coming in the end of August. It's like this resurgence of energy. And like I said, for some of you, you're already feeling this, because I don't feel like all of you, based on this card, are feeling like energetically down. The other thing was, I said there was like an overabundance of energy, and you feel like it's not really like you're antsy to get it released. But the second half of August, it's like this breath of fresh air I see coming in, and it's tapping into something from your past, whatever that is. Maybe it's something that you achieved in your past, or it's just something that's being infused in your life, and it's like coming out from the dark. Something that was hidden is like coming to light in a positive way. And I feel like it's the trigger in this has to do with, these players here. Now, the Justice card reversed is, it's like there could be a situation that could be the catalyst of like, well, this isn't fair. Like, I'm like tired of this situation. And so this isn't fair, and I want to like change. And the same thing with the Queen of Swords. The interesting thing about this is that you look at these cards, the Justice and the Queen of Swords, it's, two people here, both sitting on a throne holding a sword. But they have different meanings. And as I said, this whatever's happening this second half of August is sparking, or it's a catalyst to get this moving in a positive direction. And essentially at the end of the month, I think if you are looking at this, and if you've done your work on this, and if you've harnessed in your personal power of your emotions and your mind, like I talked about in the first half of the month, if you've done that, you should end up at the end of the month with like more optimism, and kind of like becoming more of the person that you used to be, in a good way. Like basically good parts of yourself that may have been missing are coming back into focus, and you're starting to feel them again. And that happens a lot with different people over their lifetimes, is you kind of like get that spark, and you're like, oh, I haven't felt this way in a long time. That's kind of what I'm seeing for you coming in. So just remember, all of the stuff there, it's challenging, um, especially the second half of the month, but it's getting you to a better place. And you know you have a tremendous amount of personal power that you've been given, whether you know it or not. Natural power. Um, and it's time to use that in a good way. Remember, using that personal power properly. We can use our focus negatively, or we could focus positively. We can use our intuition and emotions negatively, or positively. That's what the key is for you, finding out that balance of moving toward the positive. Okay. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like a personal reading based on your astrological chart and get your personal optimal timeline formula, there's going to be a link in the description box below. Would love to give you more information on that. Thanks for watching again. And if you can hit that like button, if you like the video, it helps me out. Reach out to me in the comments. Say hi. If you have any questions, love to answer them. But again, make it a great month. Be strong. And we'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.